Welcome to the second lesson in MakeStories 101 course. This lesson is about understanding the way you can use and set backgrounds in MakeStories. Backgrounds are the most crucial element of your web story. So the only way you can make your stories more appealing is by having an interactive or a very beautiful background. Like you can have a bright color or a bright gradient, you can use textures, you can have an image, you can have videos and things like that. With Make Stories, you have 8 different types of backgrounds which you can use. And out of these, in this lesson, we will learn about how to use color, gradients, texture, and images as a background for your web story. So let's start with the colors. Now, when you create your first story by using the Create Story button in the dashboard, you will be presented with this blank canvas. Now, the background tab, which is the first tab in the editor, will be open by default. And this is the button to remove the any active background. So suppose you have a color set as your background and you want to remove this, you can use this icon, or you can even use the delete or remove background icon in the tooltip. So now if you want to apply the color to a background, you will select the color over here. If you don't like any of these colors, you can add your own custom color code, or you can even click on this patch and you will be presented with a color picker which you can use. This color picker will be used to change the color, and this slider will be used to reduce the opacity of the color. So this is how you can use the color as a background. I will remove this color for now and I will go to gradients. So you will be presented with the set of gradients like this. Now, if you don't like any of these gradients or you want to change the orientation of the gradient, you can click this plus icon over here. When you do that, you will be presented with this gradient picker. And just like using Photoshop or any other editing tool, you can add the gradient points like this. And you can also remove a gradient point by dragging them. So I am now going to create a gradient, and now if you can also change the opacity of the color from using this slider, and then you can either set this gradient to linear or radial, and then you can select the angle. So this is how you will use the gradients, and you can click the apply button to apply this gradient to your background. I will again remove this background, and now I will go to the third tab which is called textures. So when you click the texture, you will be presented with the set of predefined textures from subtle patterns. So these are the self repeating patterns which will keep on repeating on its own. So you can select the one that you like. There are so many of them. I will again remove this, and now we will jump on to using the image as a background. Now there is a specific reason of why you should use the image as a background and not just put it over here as a media asset. Now you can see that I have my image over here, and you can see that this almost covers the entire canvas. So I will save this and I will preview the story over here. You can see that there are few margins over here on each side of the story slide. Now if we apply the same image as a background and save this again, and if we refresh this, you can see that the image has covered the entire background and there are no white spaces or margin left on any of the sides. So this is the reason you should use the image as a background and not just drag drop the images. Now again, if you want to remove this image, you will click on the canvas. You will be presented with the remove background button and you can remove it. But what if you want to upload your own image as a background? To do that, there are two simple ways to go through. Number one will be to use the media library. Media library is the place where all your assets will be uploaded. So now when you click this, you will be presented with a Google Drive kind of interface, which we will deep dive into at a later stage. But for now, we will see how will you upload your own image. To upload your own image into the MakeStories interface, you will click on Add New Media and you will click on the Upload Files. Now, when you do that, you will be presented with a photo picker or a file picker. I will go into the photos folder that I have created and I will select this image. Now, as soon as I select an image, you will see that this image is being uploaded, and as soon as it's uploaded, it will be reflected over here. So now I will select this image that I have just uploaded and I will set it as a background. So now we have uploaded our own image and set it as a background. What if you want to adjust this image, you want to move across, or you want to zoom this image? To do that, you will just double click the canvas. As soon as you double click your canvas, you will go into the edit mode. Over here, you can drag drop this like this, or you can zoom it in and you can zoom it up to 5x times, and then you can even move it the way you want. So we have looked into why you should use the images as a background and not just place them on canvas. And we've also seen how you can use colors, gradients, and textures as a background. So that's it for this lesson. We will now, in the next chapter, we will look into video, GIFs, overlay, and animated backgrounds. Thank you.